I'll give you a little hint. It's a very, very famous speaker in China. He's a best-selling author, and he has tens of millions of followers in China. And let me ask my dearest colleagues to push the magic button so we can watch a short video.
This content has taken me 30 years of experiences to write it. It has helped me to become a multi-millionaire at age 27. It helped me to reach over 30 million people in China and host some of the largest live seminar events. It has made me appearing in various and numerous TV shows in China, including one time a major business TV program giving advice to Jack Ma, the owner of Alibaba.com. It has helped me to become the first Chinese family customer featured inside the Family magazine in 85 years. This content will let the customers look for you instead of you looking all over for them. For the first time ever, you can have this information in English to make you a great success.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Steve Chen.
All right, thanks. Good morning. How's it going? All right. I need more enthusiasm, okay? More clapping, please. My name is Steve Chen, and I'm a motivational speaker. But today is a blockchain summit, so I think you guys know more than me about this topic. And also, there are so many experts on blockchain. So I'm going to talk about something else, okay? A lot of people ask me, there are a billion people, more than a billion people in China, how to tap in the Chinese market. But because I'm Chinese, I stationed in China for over last 20 years, so I'm going to give you some of my insights, if that's okay. So just remember two principles, okay? First, the Chinese like the best, only the best. You know, why? Because Chinese, they're very intelligent, they're smart, they work really hard. And when they become successful, they want to show people they have a driving style. So anything if you offer that's the best, the most expensive, the Chinese will love it. So brands like Roswell, watches like Richard Mille, Patek Philippe will do really well in China. Second, Chinese like value, best value. You need to give them the best value for the bucks. So companies like Walmart or like Costco, people will line up 3-4 hours in line to get the best value. But for me, I like from top and down marketing. So a brand like Bentley magazine, I was featured in the Bentley magazine. I was the first Chinese in 85 years. Hello? Okay, so they call me the man with the driving influence. And why they chose me? Because one time I went to the Shanghai Auto Show, and I went to the Bentley stand, right? A lot of people were looking at the cars. I was checking it out also. And some of the customers actually turned into me. Oh my God, Teacher Chen, so nice to see you. How come you're here? Can we take photo with you? So I was like, oh wow, you guys are so kind, so generous. Okay, let's take some photos. But it shocked the manager at Bentley. It's like, Jesus, these people are really successful. They're wealthy. How come they respect this Teacher Chen, right? So I was like causing up trouble inside the stand. So I said, okay, maybe I need to hide myself. Find a stand, maybe nobody's there. So I thought about this stand, Bugatti, right? So high end, nobody will go there. So here's me, Steve Chen, inside the Bugatti Grand Sport, and all the Chinese, people, they just locked outside, they cannot walk in. So I said, I'm pretty safe here. But still I feel kind of, uncomfortable because so many people are watching me. But fortunately, they have a VIP room. And I say, if I go to the VIP room, then I'll see nobody, right? So this is the sales manager from France, from the Bugatti manufacturer. So I was there. But also, when I went into the VIP showroom, there were two Chinese trying to buy this expensive Bugatti. And they're like, oh my God, Teacher Chen, it's so nice to see you. Can we take photo with you? I was like, oh, no way. You guys are so successful. You still like me. So they're like, come on, Teacher Chen. So it shocked the Bugatti manager also. Because Bugatti and Bentley, they both belong to the same auto group and same dealership. So when they tried to interview the first Chinese to put inside the Bentley magazine in 85 years, they chose me. That's why they call the man with the driving influence. So what Bentley is doing to tap into the Chinese market is they're using something called social proof. Social proof means that if you're not sure, you always look for opinion leaders. You look for influencers. So for a brand like Bentley, they still do that in China. So this information got out, right? The circulation was going on. So Rolls-Royce found out about this. So Rolls-Royce also asked people to interview me and put me inside the magazine. I bought my first Rolls-Royce back in like 1995. I had a Corniche convertible. So since then, I've been a fan of Rolls-Royce. And I'm one of the very top customers for Rolls-Royce in China as well. So about 12 years ago, I went to the factory in England. So I ordered this car. Say, wow, very interesting color, right? Apple green. So one day I received a phone call from CEO of Rolls-Royce. He said, Mr. Chen, how are you? I said, oh my God, so nice to hear from you. He told me this is like one of the most beautiful phantom drop bed he's ever seen inside the Rolls-Royce factory. So he said, I'm going to give you first an award, second a special card delivery ceremony. And you can invite like maybe 50 of your friends and we're glad to pay for it. So I have an award, it says, Outstanding Bespoke Design, Mr. Steve Chen. Some people drive Rolls-Royce. I have the trophy. And this is the day of the ceremony, a card delivery service. So this is the stud, right, on stage right now. And this is my small award, and this is my phantom drop it. Ever since then, I have a very good relationship with Rolls-Royce. One day I met the CEO of Rolls-Royce, Torsten, in China, in Shanghai. I think he's still the CEO of Rolls-Royce right now. And then that time they only invited 2 VIPs to have dinner with him. And I was one of them. So I was sitting right next to him. And Torsten asked me, I heard you you're a consultant, Mr. Chen. So can you share with us how Rolls-Royce can increase sales volume in China? I said, for me, it's very easy. You just need to understand the Chinese values. Chinese, they want the best. So your competitor, right now, Bentley is coming out with this SUV, Bentayga, but you don't have it. And it's kind of like, scared. I say, all your customers will turn to Bentley. So are people from Range Rover, Porsche Cayenne Turbo, or people who buy Ferraris or Lamborghini. So I persuaded him to do the SUV. And then why? Because all the SUVs sell really good in China. Because Chinese value, better, taller, bigger, more expensive, right? The most expensive. So in about 2 years, Rolls-Royce came up with a prototype. And they asked me for my opinion. I look at the photos, I say, I'll never buy this car. Because it was based on a Ghost. There's nothing wrong with the Ghost, but it's too small. It looks like your competitor. You need to use the Phantom as the framework. So later on they changed it. That's why you see the Cullinan right now. It's selling crazy in China and also around the world. So Rolls-Royce, same thing. Using me as an opinion leader, influencer. So in order to market to the Chinese market, I think social proof works anywhere, any country. And then I tell you a story about the watch Richard Mille. This is Rafael Nadal, right? Still one of the very top players. And 12 years ago, he was like #1 in the world. And Nadal was wearing the Richard Mille watch playing tennis. And the day I met Nadal, I was like, oh my God, your watch, can I see it? It's like, okay. And it felt really light. But it looked like plastic. And the price was like over $400,000 US. I asked Nadal, you like this watch? Oh, I like it. It's kind of like part of my skin. So I bought my first Richard Mille after Nadal said to me, So an influencer like me also get influenced by other influencers. Okay? And later on, they have this Formula One driver from Ferrari. His name is Felipe Massa. And I was invited to have dinner with Massa. And Massa is the ambassador for Richard Mille. So this is Massa's watch. And this is my watch. Because Massa said, oh my God, Mr. Chen, I think your watch is better than mine. So let me worry, let's take a picture. So because the watch is so nice, so I get a lot of credibility. So actually Massa came to my tea house. We have a lot of dinner together. And I know his wife, his son. And also I started coaching Massa. Before racing, before driving, before competition. Okay? I coach Massa psychologically, mentally. And of course, produce pretty good results because I'm a good consultant. So after 1 year, Massa agreed to record a testimonial for me.
Hello, I'm Felipe Massa. Just like to say little things for you guys. That I'm a friend of Steve. Actually, I met him a year ago, and I'm very happy for everything he tells me to do. He tells me to be, to behave myself in so many things on the professional side, racing, business. I think he's really great. He gives me a lot of happiness and also the credibility, to on the work, on the job, to understand how to work with the team, to understand what to do in the car, to understand how to be mentally before the race. And I'm sure it's a big help to all of you guys. And let's concentrate and keep pushing in everything you're doing. Thank you, and I hope to meet you guys once. And I'm happy to be here in Shanghai as well.
Okay, thank you, Felipe. Okay, lastly, I want to talk about a brand called Bijan. Bijan is called the most expensive men's clothing store in the world. And the store is on Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills. I know Mr. Bijan for over 25 years, so this is Mr. Bijan. But unfortunately, he passed away a couple years ago. So his son, Nicholas Bijan, is taking over the operation. Nicholas, I think we went to the same university in Malibu, Pepperdine University. So throughout the last 25 years, I know the family really well. And they know I'm like a motivational speaker, I have a few followings. So every time I go there to purchase, they'll say, Mr. Chen, can you wear this? And we take a photo for you. And then they will display it, right? So like 2 years ago, when Jeff Bezos of Amazon.com became the richest man, he went to Nicholas to buy this Bijan yellow jacket. And I went to Bijan store the day right after Bezos went. So I bought the suit, and then they took a photo. They put my picture next to Jeff Bezos. So this is the most expensive store. They still use social proof. When people know what to do, they use influencers. And Bijan has a store in Vegas, which I never gone to, but my friend Mike, who took this photo for me. So this is Bijan's customers. Okay, as you can see, President Bush, President Clinton, the old President Bush. And look at this guy, the stud, Steve Chen. So although I'm not quite that level, but it's so nice of them to think me so highly. So anyway, so Bijan used to have very little Chinese customers. After they put my photo inside the store, so a lot of Chinese walk past by on Rodeo Drive, they say, oh my God, Teacher Chen's photo is inside. Must be good, must be something very high-end. So they actually walk into the store and buy the stuff. So the moral is, top down is easier. I think social proof is so important. When people don't know what to do, they always look for opinion leaders. Like recently, I have a project with one of the members from the royal family in Dubai. So when I talk about the project, people get really attracted. People say, oh wow, that's so sexy. This is high-end. This is positioned to be like the best. So a lot of Chinese, they say, oh, can I join with you? No, can I be part of it? So position yourself as being the best, the most expensive. I think it's very easy to tap in the Chinese market. So this is my short presentation for this morning. And after the presentation, I'll stick here for a while. If you would like to talk to me in person, I would love to chat with you. But for this time now, good luck, and thank you for listening. Thank you.